What's up, Apex Legends? My name is Quetz, and in today's video we are dropping as the newest legend, Catalyst, 100 times. This video is heavily inspired by Luke the Notable's 100 Fortnite drop vid. If you don't know who he is, please get out of that rock you're under and do some research, get some help. I jumped as Catalyst so many times to not only fully understand her, but to just get better as an Apex player overall, because well, I'm pretty trash. I mean, I play with a controller on PC. Anyway, sit back, relax as I get a bit of context with her abilities. Every legend in Apex has 3 abilities: a passive, tactical, and an ultimate. Catalyst shines in Area of Denial and holding down a position, though later we're gonna see that she can be used offensively, which I find more fun anyway as a playstyle. With the release of the new season, also dropped a new map, Broken Moon. And for a couple games, that's all you're gonna really be seeing here, as it was the only map in rotation. The devs really want you to play the new map, okay? I decided to drop my squad in what I thought was gonna be a quiet spot, but we had a few pests land with us, and it was time to clear out the roaches. I wasn't really worried. I had wall hacks on my side. Decided to lock them in on that side of the door with my passive, and that gave me time to flank around to the other side. I'm sure at this point, people didn't really understand Catalyst's abilities, especially the passive, and that allowed me to sneak up my opponent and get a clean beam with the 301. Side note, I think that's probably the cleanest kill I get in the entire vid, so don't judge me. You can tell I was still new to the map and didn't know how to position myself to help my team. It doesn't really matter, we got them anyway. I want to take this time to actually talk about the map itself. I think it's much better than Stormpoint, with both being large maps. What helps Broken Moon so much though is that you can find these rails all around the map, and they help get around so much easier. The downside is these rails make a loud noise when you're on them, so any teams nearby can hear and then see where you're going, but there's still a big step up from Stormpoint's launch pad things. You're gonna see that chemistry matters a lot in these mid to end game fights, and a squad separated is easy picking for outside people shooting in. Also, please, don't spam ping, it's a huge distraction, and that pretty much wraps up game number 1. Game number 2 didn't get a third, and well, that ended up as good as you think it would end up in the Trios playlist. Game number 3, I decided to pick up the G7 Scout, and I realized I am trash with this weapon. I don't even know why I picked it up. Slowing down a bit, most endgames will be like this, just trying to reach the next circle. Even though I said this map is better than Stormpoint, there's still moments of dead space running along with awkward canyon entrances, most only having one way in, or you have to go all the way around to the other side. I don't know. I'll let y'all think about the design for it while I think about getting Kraber in the top 3, costing my team the game. I think I need a new prescription change because I really didn't see that guy. Game 4, I woke up and chose violence, rushing the team headfirst with a sniper and a devotion. Not my ideal loadout, but you gotta play the hand you're dealt sometimes. I'm not the best sniper, but was really surprised this shot didn't get the knock. Oh well, I got it later and then got bamboozled. Look, I ain't trying to hear it, okay? I'm sure you would've got bamboozled too in that situation. He just looks so real. Just realized 4 games in and I haven't even really talked about Catalyst, so here's a good example of using a passive with a tactical, as it denies the race push altogether, and the spikes really scare people with that 15 damage. This combo is only really good indoors though, as an open field doesn't have the same effect. Just like me when my dad went to get some milk, Rick was alone, and that made for an easy cleanup. And she fought valiantly, and on her. Surprisingly didn't disconnect immediately too. Here I'm going to showcase why I am the best with the Sentinel. Hey, I eventually got the shot, so you can't come for me in the comments, okay? However, overconfidence was our downfall as we put ourselves in between 2 teams, and well, my teammate said it best. Fuck. Game 5, I put my trust in the wingman, but it did not put its trust into me. Game 6, I would have been fine if I saw the logo in the corner spray me. Oh, hey, have you seen my mommy? 7 was interesting because I grabbed a banner of a teammate that disconnected. If you do this, I will see you in hell. Game 8 was, we won that. Let's talk about it then. What helped in this game was my ability to divide and conquer. In no way am I saying I'm a great Apex player, but understanding how to separate a team that comes to just multiple 1v1s is crucial in moments like these. Especially here, getting that Newcastle down is vital, as now they don't have a medic. I mean, here the Catalyst just accepted death. Understanding when to fight is important too. You see people are trying to take pop shots at us, but we decided to loot as my teams didn't have exactly the best gear. And in the end, it was the right call.
Zip rail here.
In terms of fighting, Catalyst with her abilities is great at this divide and conquer strat, while using her ult to cut off teams trying to flank around corners. In this situation, me and my teammate can focus on the one enemy fuse because of the wall, but he got knocked. So it's important to keep your cool in these situations, try to get to the high ground if you can, and hopefully you line up a shot. I was really comfortable with the flatline with 3 times and got up a lot of damage before switching to my alternator, and that allowed me to get the kill. I could also give you basic advice like always armor swap before you get the revive, heal first, but kinda hard to heal when you're getting shot in the storm. Luckily, I had a fuse and that helps getting enemies out of cover. Also helps to just have good aim. I was on fire this game. All my shots were hitting. I was using my abilities correctly. My teammates stuck with me for backup, and I even got a knock with the spikes. Maybe it was one of those lobbies where my enemies weren't on point, but I'm not complaining. I needed a target time. Final circle here, and the last team had to come to us, which is always something you want, but they had a Valkyrie. For some reason, they all landed separately, and it was easy to pick them off one by one. Remember, again, always stick with your team. It's much harder for one person to focus and shoot 3 people than 3 people to focus on 1 person. And that's how we won this game. Game 9 hurts because not only did I die once, but I died twice. The second being the most shots that I missed in a long time. It just hurts to look at. Game 10, I show why I love using a Mastiff. I mean, look at that damage up close. I was able to get 2 knocks and probably could have got the last guy, but I was worried to get knocked myself. It's okay though, my teammate got the last shot for me. I think I like the Mastiff a bit too much though, because I was using it in SMG range and you don't want to be doing this. We probably could have survived longer if I didn't. Or if a third party didn't show up, but that's Apex, you live or die. So game 11, I was outplayed by a Pathfinder, which is range to range to grapple. Oh boy, I love getting shotgunned to death by a Spider-Man wannabe. Also, getting knocked by my favorite shotty hurt, but this Octane was putting in work. I was absolutely getting carried, and I can see why the game didn't give us a third. We would have been too strong. I mean, we just went on a rampage on fighting different squads as a duo and trios. Don't really have nothing to lose at this point. Here, I'm showing one of the ways you can use the ultimate. In this situation, our backs are to the storm and we need to get to another spot. And we're getting shot up from a team in front of us. The smart thing to do would have been place it where we needed to go, but hopefully y'all get the idea. The gods gave us Kraber, but even with the most powerful sniper, we went down in 2nd place. Game 12, I died. Game 13, I got sniped at the pinky toe. My squad fought with honor, trying to avenge me. Game 14, my teammate and I beat a Wraith to death with our bare hands. Good. It was a Wraith. She probably deserved it anyways.
Go her, go her. Oh boy.
Oh, Game 15, Caustic learned the hard way that wasn't a window. And then I learned the hard way that wasn't a window. Lobo was left and she fought with Spirit, but then turned into one. Legally, I have to show you Game 16, but that doesn't mean I want to. Nope, not at all. Game 17 was just bad. That's it. Hadouken! Just gotta heal real quick. Oh my god, no! No, please, I have a... Game 20 started off by me almost running into a grenade, which honestly happens more than I care to admit. Got a finisher, and I have to admit, Catalyst has some of my favorite finishers in the game. Personally, I think she has some of the best. Yeah, I said it. Final Circle here, top 3, and we are looking to get a better position on the other team. They had the high ground though, so it wasn't looking too good. The reason we lost this was because I left Octane to fend for himself after the revive instead of protecting him. And shortly after, Lobo got knocked, and then at that point it was a 3v1, and you can't win them all. Game 21 is classified for reasons only the CEO knows. Sorry. Game 22 was a rough start. AFK teammates separated from the other one overall. It was a typical Apex experience, and my teammate can actually sum it up pretty well.
Shadow. Okay, that guy's fucking aimbot. Like, what the fuck? You autoed me. Oh, yeah, that's great. Fucking cool. Shit.
Game 23 also had a rough start. I had to play medic for a bit, but I don't mind helping the helpless. Well, until the helpless got burnt up like carne asada. I was about to get revenge, or avenge, but one of those two, but it doesn't matter because Caustic is still in the game and people who made him probably smell like his gas. Ironically, I had Caustic on my team game 24. I'm glad he didn't live. Come on, Bangalore. I believe you can 3v1 them. I believe in you. Oh. Battered, wounded, scarred. My fate lied in Octane's hands. And, oh, well, never mind. I didn't know Pathfinder got a buff that made him repel bullets. Now, I mean, it sounded like I was hitting him, the overpriced dishwasher in this scenario, but nothing was registering. I'll let you, the viewer, be the judge of this. Maybe I need to get a new controller. You could tell I had enough because in game 28, I dropped solo and duos, and honestly, I thought it was gonna go a lot worse than what happened. Picking up the L-Star though made me want to leave immediately, but I'm glad I didn't because I absolutely beamed this kid with it. And then a quick swap to the alternator to finish the other guy. I didn't, and then I didn't reload the L-Star. Then I got sent back to the lobby. Game 29, I wasn't with my teammate when we fell, but I made sure to be with them when we died. At least we fell in each other's arms, singing our families' names. I really don't want to talk about how I couldn't knock an AFK player with my Havoc in game 30, so I won't. How about that? Honestly, I was very bloodthirsty and starving for a win since I was on a pretty bad losing streak. There, yeah, I acknowledged it, so now you can't roast me. I was starting to take a keen interest to both the energy and shoddy weapons. Sadly, I didn't have the Mastiff, so this Evo would have to do. Skipping to the end here, there was a major battle taking place in this pond. Lake, pond, thing, whatever. I mean, explosions were going off everywhere. Gunfire from all sides. People going down. It was mayhem. And I loved it. I enjoyed it a bit too much though. My teammate was able to pick me up and we went back to the chaos. This clip just shows how crazy things get in front of me when all teams are just shooting at each other. My biggest takeaway for me was how good the Havoc is as a weapon. I've been sleeping on this thing because it's deadly accurate and great for mid to short range fights.
Need a bit more power. Reload. Dropped it in. Reloading. Hit me.
I was even messing around with the last guy too. How did he even use their Also showing how Catalyst can just lock a player in a specific area just as good as keep them out of it. Oh, just put them out of their misery, please. I know it's not the most damage done in a game, but I was really satisfied with how this game turned out. It felt like my randoms and I had good chemistry. Game 31, we didn't make it. Game 32, I died at first, but my Wraith wouldn't let me enjoy the sweet release of death and I was brought back. I think just to be a shield because my teammate was clearly better, which is okay. I don't mind admitting when I'm getting carried. This might sound strange, but I actually at least try to play better when I know that. I don't know, there's a relief I feel when I know you're going to be fine on your own for the most part, and you don't need me to be within spitting distance every second for every play that you make. That creates an unspoken pressure that I always need to pick your weight when you make a mistake. It's nice to just support sometimes. Also, I know it's a bit late in the vid, but just now finding out you can only block 2 doors at a time with the passive, and can rebuild a double door if both are missing. I wasn't even around in the final fight. I just let Raid do their thing and got a good well-deserved win. Really put in the work there. Game 33, I was going for the back-to-back. Skipping towards the final circle here, this is another situation where my teammates were doing most of the damage and my only job was to not go down. But that's not to underplay myself, as I think I used Cat's abilities correctly in the situations I was in. I do feel like I'm improving as a whole, but these randoms were just on another level. But you gotta remember the overall point of this vid was to get better as a player, and I definitely felt that way. Playing with better players than myself allowed me to pick up better game sense, learning when to rotate, how to position myself, and of course, my shots were improving. Now I don't have the best aim, but it definitely got better from the beginning of this vid. A major downside I have is I take too much time going through a dev box. Since I play in controller, I'm not as fast as getting the armor swipe when I need it.
Broken enemy shield. My shields need a bit more power. Recharging my shield. That enemy shield is broken. Dropped in a... Scanning the area. Here's their hearts. And their feet. Enemy down. Reloading. Recharging shield.
Like here, I did not need to spend that much time going through that death box for as long as I needed just to get a new armor and some ammo. And this could have been bad if both my teammates got knocked and then I got caught laughing. I'm kind of embarrassed to show that summary. .34, you can see the confidence just ooze out of me because I'm taking pop shots with a Havoc without a turbocharger either. Again, you want to be using this thing between short and medium ranges, definitely not a long range weapon. My team found themselves in a huge battle at this station again, and this location is highly known as a hotspot for Broken Moon. There's just so many teams, there's so many! You definitely got to keep your head on a swivel in these situations and focus because there will be team after team that will take you down. Position yourself where you have the advantage, and my tactical is great at this because your opponents don't want to cross it and take damage, also being able to slow them down. Movement is key part in Apex, and if you restrict some of that, you have an advantage over your enemies. Honestly, I feel like my team was playing well, and we had some great chemistry. Like, we could have won that if the server didn't crap out and froze me in place. I'm the most salty about this loss. Yeah, this one really hurt. Game 35, dead. Game 36, also dead. 37, I hit some great shots with my Sentinel, and there's something to be said in the start of a match, where you have to fight without your ideal weapons, and you either swing or swim. I enjoy it. The randomness in the beginning can be so much fun. Didn't mean we won this game though. No, we were fighting in the ring, and then we died.
Enemy here. Reloading.
Nita, we should check that out.
I want to push that way towards zone.
Push into your zone.
Oh my.
Go.
Oh, but look. Those eyes.
God, dude, I was about to cringe at myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, we ended up winning that. The only thing we really need to focus on. 39, I got the cleanest repeater kill I ever had in my career. That's the only thing that happened. I finally got to play on another map. Yeah, Olympus is finally here and I really enjoy this map. It's my favorite one out of the rest, with Stormpoint being at the bottom of that list. Yes, again, if I can talk trash about Stormpoint, I will. I hate that map. I just feel like Olympus has a great design where you could run from location to location without it feeling like a chore. Don't get me wrong, Broken Bone is cool and all, but it's nice to switch things up. When you do something over and over again, it can get old pretty fast. Huh, wait a minute. Game 41 taught me a valuable lesson, which was don't use the RE45. It's just terrible. There you go, that's some free game for you. Oh boy, I can't wait to heal. Oh,
That's a lot of thermite.
hey, how I end up as Wraith? Oh god, it's getting too much. It's getting too much now. Game 45, I landed on my favorite spot on the map. It's just such a cool location for fighting on top of two high rises connected in the middle and then can jump down. Oh, look at that! We didn't win! 46, I tried to 1v1 a mini grind and surprisingly, I didn't win. My teammate was able to get me up, but I was the one that let them down. Game 47 was just bad. Game 48, one Ash soloed our entire team. I almost didn't show it. Game 49 had a great start here. Let's talk about this one. Top 5 final circle, I was the self-appointed team captain, which can either go really good or really bad. There is no in between. You may notice that I stick to using the flatline a lot in these games, and that's because I just have a better handle with it than the 301, which is weird to say because the 301 is the easiest gun to use in the game, but hey, the flatline gives me results. Like winning. Game 50 is the first game on World's Edge this season, and this might be a hot take here, but I prefer this map over Kings Canyon. I think I enjoy it more just because, again, I can constantly get to the action more, and if I want a hop drop, I'll just go to Fractured, which is what we should have done anyway because we just ended up dying. Game 51 is a dream. Game 52, there's a sale on grenades where you use one and get 2 knocks for free. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing either, okay? Ash tried, but it didn't matter. Please, just, please cross from the game. Please. Oh, this guy is so dead. I just got, wait, no. Let me just, I hate the most, please. I hate the most MP. I died game 56. I was on a rescue mission, game 57, needed to get my teammate's banner and use the ult to give me a space / cut lines of sight. Let me just, ooh, yeah, there you go. Look at this Mission Impossible style maneuvering going on. Look at the skills, real quick in and out. What a shit to play now. Still died in the end, but that's not the point. I couldn't tell you what wrong in 58, just that I was dead. Game 59 thought that was some sweet justice as I was getting finished and then my teammate came and saved me. I returned the favor and nothing compares to that satisfaction of getting the finisher. It was at this point in the vid that I realized I don't need to be stingy with the ultimate. I mean, I could just use it for one guy, and that's what I did here. It honestly makes me feel safer to be fighting on one side of the wall knowing there's nothing much the other can do to interfere. Just like how there's nothing my teammate could do by dying from the storm.
Let's make ourselves go there.
Oh boy, game 60, there I was using the wingman again. At least I took someone else with me. Wow, there's a recurring theme constantly fighting in the storm. Should probably correct that if I actually want to win. Nah, I got my sunscreen on, the storm doesn't burn that much. Besides, I got the bolt, I win this, right? Right? I don't, do I? Oh no, that one hurt. But not as much as this one. God, one of these days I will learn to reload my guns. Game 63 doesn't exist. Game 64. 65, we were chasing this Wraith who I'm convinced was a streamer for longer than I could admit. You can tell I was so salty. She maneuvered me. Of course, landing in Fractured means there's gonna be fights. That's just Apex law. If you're at Fractured, you're always gonna be fighting. Sadly, I wasn't able to clutch it for my team, and now my heart shrunk 2 times too small. Actually, that's a lie. It shrunk a while. My ego was left, and now that too is dead. Like my dreams to be in the NBA standing at 5'6".
Go here.
Killed that enemy. I'm getting shot.
I panicked in game 66. There's not really much to say after that. A little solo and duos actions going on in 67. This by far is one of my favorite games because it does really show how far I've come in throughout these 100 jumps. Me from the beginning of this vid would never attempt to do this. Now I know I hid for most of the mid game, but that's the time I'm most open to getting thirded. My first major mistake I made was not helping the duo getting destroyed by that Ash that was by herself. After that final fight, I did decent on using the ult to force a pretty easy 1v1 with the Revenant, but I wasn't prepared for the Ash to do the super fling. And since the wall isn't bulletproof, if they can see you or at least know where you are behind it, then they're going to shoot you. And then I panicked getting shot, and that's why I lost this game.
Broken enemy shield.
Game 68, Bloodhound was able to clutch it, but our Revenant must have forgot to update their aimbot, and he died. Game 69. Yeah. Game 70, I woke up to be thirsty and died parched and dry, just like your mom. Will I ever learn to not use the wingman? Oh man, I'm getting shot in the back. Can I just leave? 73, landing in my favorite spot. Died. Game 74. Game 75, we landed at Streamer Building. Yeah, we did make it. Is that a purple shield off land? Oh boy. Don't worry, teammate. I shall save you after healing from our battle. 77 was just crazy off jump, and I took a Mirage with me with just a P2020. That one felt good. 78, I was at peace knowing I took a whole squad with me while dying to the ring. May we all be so fortunate. 79. 80, I think I won? No, never mind. 81. 82, the Mastiff betrayed me. Or maybe I couldn't see. I don't know. Excuse me, would you like to buy a box of chocolates? 84 is the reason why I never use the Eva. I know I'm bad. I'm not that bad. Look, I know I'm losing a lot. I think it's the game felt bad for me because it gave me my first ever heirloom, and this was so hype for me. I've been wanting one for years. I texted my mom, my dad, my friends. It felt good. I got the Bang one because I'm a Bangalore main at heart. But back to the 100 jobs, I died. I guess you can't have nice things, and lost game 85. Top 3 final circle. Can I clutch it for my down teammate? What am I doing? Okay, guess not. Games 87 through 91 are played with my real life friend, and here are some clips from looking. And no, we didn't win any of them.
You can have Hulu, but then you have to have Hulu to watch like certain show.
I didn't even think about that. Like I don't know off the top of my head, but I know they do be doing that bullshit, which is wild.
Oh, I'm not going there. I'm going right here to this building.
Our third quit, so use them as bait.
No, the reviving cat lady. The reviving cat lady.
Reviving cat lady.
See, this is what happens. You get too horny. And this is exactly what happens.
And notice, like, we were the team that started fighting. Of course, everybody came towards us.
I got fucked.
Hey, but we still alive. Oh, they're pushing you hard. Yeah, do the spiky. Yeah.
What the hell?
Healing.
Back to solo queue in game 92, still not being stingy with the ult in fights, but still learning to now push teams on my own. With confidence, I now lack caution, which is something I'm still working on even past these 100 jumps. There comes to a point where you realize you can't solo the entire lobby, at least not by yourself, so learning to be patient is a key trait I still gotta practice. 93. Oh, and holding on my shield when I go down, that's something I need to
You gotta
practice.
hold your shield up, man. What are you doing?
95 was one of those good chemistry games I've been talking about. I feel like as a team, we were in sync, and that's how we made it to the final circle. Of course, mistakes can still be made and Bloodhound went down, but me and Maggie quickly took care of the problem. And that last team was so far back, they didn't have time for third party as well. So, again, all about positioning and aim. 96, I closed my eyes and went to the big tortilla in the sky. 97, I got stuck on the door. Ooh, you can tell I was mad, boy. Flashing my knockdown shield like that. 98, I just played really dumb. There's no excuse here. I just played terrible. Oh, I'm getting sucked by Horizon. No, she's finishing me. She's finishing me. Here it is, game 100. I learned a lot throughout these 100 games. Still trash, but like respectable trash. I feel like my aim has been improved and I tend to panic less during fights. Catalyst is a dope new legend, and I like that you can use her abilities to suit your playstyle, whether that be bunkered down in a building defensively or just full on push and throwing up a wall so you can ensure other teams won't interfere, unless they have Seer. Don't get me wrong, it was rough playing the same character 100 times, especially when I got the heirloom. I just wanted to switch back to Bane, but I had a duty, nay, an obligation to see this through. To my solo queue players, I know y'all understand the pain of loading up a game and not getting a third teammate in trios, or your team pushes without saying anything, or you push and not saying anything. See, solo queue Apex is like playing chess, while blindfolded and handcuffed. It sounds impossible, but I'm sure someone in the world has done it. And today, for 100 games, that someone was me. And if you are thinking of giving up, just know that someone can be you. Again, thank you for Luke the Notable for not only inspiring this video, but introducing the concept. Link for his channel will be in the description, and that's all, folks. Have a good one. Well, before I go, I thought I would win this game, but I couldn't get the revive from my teammates, so now I was on a banner mission, but then getting shot while running away is always a problem. Now add a charge rifle to it, and that's just me dead. Also, vault the charge rifle, please.
I have our teammates banned. I am their keeper.